Start to listen. You're watching Kimmy Speaks.
Hey guys, it's Kimmy Speaks, and I'm with you guys with vlog 32. Alrighty guys, today's vlog I've been thinking about for a couple of days, and what made me think about it was a situation where, you know, a lot of my friends call me and stuff like that, and they ask for advice, and I give them advice, and sometimes they ask me tough questions. Sometimes the advice has to do with themselves and what kind of decision they should make about a certain situation and stuff like that. And so my thing is, I like to answer it at best. I like to answer it as best as possible, and I like to answer it with the person's best in mind. So the other day I had a situation, and I had to make a decision. And I decided that I want to be a person of my word. I want to be a person who lives with integrity. For a long time, I've made this decision, you know. It just, at times you just don't get to that crossroad where you actually have to say, okay, am I going to do this thing, or am I going to stick to the word that I gave someone else? For instance, I'll give you an example. If someone asks me, or someone has asked me in the past, what should they do about a certain person, right? And so depending on what kind of things they tell me about this person, I may tell them to either deal with them or not deal with them. And so I came across a situation like that. I came across a situation in which I had to make a decision. Do I want to stick with this person, or do I not want to stick with this person? And I had to think to myself, you know, when I offer my friends advice, I want it to be the same advice that I would take. And that's usually the grounds to which I give advice. I give advice based upon what I would like to hear, and also what is best. So not just so much like, remember a couple of vlogs ago I talked about this person who sent me a message and basically wanted me to condone the sin that they wanted to do. And I said to this person, like, I don't agree that you should do this thing. I don't think it's best. You know, if you want the best in your life and you feel like God's going to bless you, then why take this, which is going to hinder you, you know, and which may end up damaging your heart, which may end up causing you hurt that you don't really need to experience if you just make the right decision, right? So, a long time ago, when God had blessed me to have people start calling me and saying, hey, I need help with this. Hey, I need your advice on that. Hey, I have someone in mind that's still in one situation. What should I tell them? And so I've always been been in my heart, in my head, with the thought that I want to give them the answer that if I asked someone of credibility, that they would give the same thing to me. And so today I'm going to talk about integrity. Now, integrity is something that's not really popular. You know, a lot of times people say, you know, let's do this. You know, let's you know what they say. You know, let's go and do this with this person, or let's go and do that with that person, knowing that it's not best. And then what happens is, and then what ends up happening is they get called out for it, and then they feel like I'm supposed to live my life. I can do what I want to. And it's kind of like, you can do what you want to, but this is a whole body thing. You know, one of my motivations for wanting to live with integrity is the simple fact that me with other believers are what? Christ's body. You know what I'm saying? We represent Christ's body. We represent the church. So if that's what I represent, then I want to live with the best integrity as possible. Now, granted, I do slip up. There are times where I will say things that are inappropriate. I spoke about it before. I will watch things that are inappropriate. And my thing is, like, I always have to go back to that moment and decide, okay, you did this for the past couple of days. Was this something that was beneficial or harmful to your relationship with God? Well, if you didn't talk to God because you felt ashamed, I think it was harmful. You know, so I'm going to read dictionary.com's definition to integrity, and then I want to read some quotes. And then I want you guys to, at the end of the video, you know, leave a response. If you're on Facebook, leave a response. If you're on Twitter, leave a response. If you're on looking at it on YouTube, leave a response. Let me know what you guys are thinking. What is integrity to you? How do you feel when a word is not kept? So here is download.com. Download.com. See where my mind is at? Dictionary.com's definition of integrity. It says, adherence to moral and ethical principles, soundness of moral character, honesty, the state of being whole, entire, or undiminished, to preserve the integrity of the empire, a sound, unimpaired, or perfect condition, the integrity of a ship's hull. So, and then the antonym is dishonesty. So right there already tells you, And then I want to read you some really good quotes. This quote is unknown. It says, "To starve to death is a small thing, but to lose one's integrity is a great one." That's unknown. Another quote is, let's see. This is by Hannah Arendt, and it says, "What makes it so plausible to assume that hypocrisy is the vice of vices is that integrity can indeed exist under the cover of all other vices except this one. Only crime and the criminal, it is true, confront us with the perplexity of radical evil, but only the hypocrite is really rotten to the core." Excuse me. What I find very interesting is every now and then I might come across a Christian, and I'm a Christian, but every now and then I may end up using the word, and every now and then I come across a fellow believer who says, "I don't believe so and so," or "I don't want to go to this place because it's full of hypocrites," or "I don't believe in that person or what this person is doing because they're being hypocritical." And so there you see right there, hypocrisy is the total opposite of integrity. Integrity is honest, whole honesty, right? So, and then one more thing, I just want to add this part because I find that when I'm telling people or I'm talking about integrity with my friends, I do tell my friends this. If there's ever an instance, which there is because I'm not perfect, but if there's ever an instance, and you can ask my friends, they can vouch for me, if there's ever an instance where I have done something that I have advised them not to do, I usually come and tell them. I'll usually call and be like, "Hey, last week I did X, Y, and Z, and I know that before I told you not to do it, and I really meant that, but unfortunately I slipped up, and I thought I'd let you know that I struggle with that at times too." So integrity is a full circle type of thing. It's not just in the words you say, it's the actions you take, and then it's in the truth you tell and the confessions you make. So that's about it for this vlog. Thank you for watching. Rate with the thumbs up if you're on YouTube. If you're on Facebook, like. If you're on Twitter, tweet it. And I thank you so much for watching, and I hope to have something else for you very soon. God bless. Later.